Sure. My name is Nelson Zivic. I was born in Argentina, and now we live in Mexico City. Our day in the family starts pretty early. We wake up around 4:35, 4:40 to go to seminary for my oldest daughter. And then from 6:15 until 6:40, we get all the other kids ready for school. And then they're off to school and we start our day. I always wanted to go to BYU since I was a teenager. You know, I didn't have any family there, but it sounded like the plan, like the goal that I wanted to reach. So you can see Santa Fe from here, like all those buildings are all the corporation. In Argentina, we were through economic crisis down there. All of a sudden our exchange rate went from 1-to-1 to 3-to-1 or 4-to-1. So, you know, any money that we had saved, even though we didn't have enough money, that was like 25% only of what we used to have. It was a little bit of a challenge. I knew back then that I said, if I don't have any kind of scholarship, of course I'm gonna have to stay in my country and do something else. I'm the senior director for the company, responsible for all HR in the region. ¿Cómo están? Blanca, ¿cómo te va? ¿Cómo andan? Moving to Mexico had not only been a professional decision, but it has a lot to do also with the purpose of the scholarship, to help grow leaders outside of the US. And I had that in mind when I was pursuing an opportunity to come and work outside of the States. I have a lot on my plate right now. A constant struggling about, you know, what are the priorities and to keep things on top. Very blessed to have my wife who is the balance, you know, to remind me the things that I need to do better, I need to do differently.
What does you clean my house tomorrow?
When I'm home, I try to be with my kids and I try to play. I try to spend time with all of them, whether it is when they wake up, whether it is before they go to sleep.
There are
There is nothing that I did only myself, you know, that got me to BYU and to be the recipient of this scholarship. I think the Lord blessed me and I feel very humble because of that. And I want to thank the NAC and especially the CIS program, because through this program I feel so blessed, and I feel that the Lord is using me also to bless the lives of other people. Right now, I hope that in the future.
We wanted to build a new building, and I felt strongly that the best people to help us raise those funds was the National Advisory Council.
President Bateman had actually started to get the NAC involved in fundraising as he built the Tanner building. And that was really the first effort of the NAC to help raise funds.
A member of the NAC, a man by the name of Douglas Driggs, came forward and said, I will help you raise money. I'll make appointments with people in different parts of the US and get their commitment to help us with the funding.
Doug came, he stayed with us, and it was just a great blessing driving him around to people that we knew here as he invited them to contribute.
It was incredible. And he probably raised at least half of the money for the Tanner building. And it came in $1,000 here and $2,500 there. He raised millions to help us.
The Tanner building had been around for 25 years, so we were just bulging at the seams.
It's easy to remember students studying and sitting down in the hallway because there were no more classrooms.
So I met with the NAC and I said, can you help us? And the National Advisory Council said, yes, we will help raise funds for a building. And Chris Lansing, Chris and I went back to Washington, D.C. area once to meet with a fellow by the name of J. Willard Marriott Jr. and told him all the good things that were happening in the Marriott School. So about a week later, Dick Marriott, member of the National Advisory Council, called me and said, "What did you do to my brother?" And I said, "What do you mean?" He said, "Well, he thinks you were asking him for money." I said, "No, I was just telling him what good things we have done in the Marriott School." About 3 weeks later, Dick called me again and said, "Well, we've decided, the Marriott family, that we're going to give you $18 million for a new building addition."
The other members of the NAC matched what the Marriotts contributed, and it was a unifying effort. We got many people who were in the NAC and associated with the NAC over the years to contribute.
Sterling Jensen was the vice chair of the National Advisory Council. He and his wife, Jolene, had talked about giving a certain amount, and he said, "Well, we've decided to 10 times the gift that we had initially thought we were going to give. It'll be difficult for us to do, but we feel inspired that we need to do that." And it was an inspiration to everyone. I think a lot of people reached deeper in their pockets and realized, wow, we've got to get this done.
It's really a wonderful legacy for the NAC, I think.
I'm humbled every time I look over that list of NAC contributors and realize, wow, these people really sacrificed to help our students. For that, I'm very grateful.
My first step in the business world was an internship with Procter & Gamble. Jeff Strong, my mentor, came to BYU. He spoke and he interviewed a few candidates for this internship position.
What really got me is he was just a person of great intellect, character, enthusiasm, and kindness.
Jeff and I remained in contact. In fact, Jeff talked with me a lot more about Procter & Gamble, helped me understand the company, its values.
That began what's now a 15-plus year relationship between Bret and I.
Jeff is a perpetual teacher. Even in business settings, he's constantly teaching, and whether it's explicitly or just through his example.
I have many BYU alumni and several NAC members that have been mentors to me. They helped me be successful. Because I was successful, I could hire BYU students and in turn mentor BYU students.
One of the things I've learned from Jeff, in addition to negotiation and sales and career management, everything else, is really how to take care of yourself and stay true to your most important values in all areas of your life, including in a professional setting.
Mentoring is critical. The business environment's a very dynamic environment, and as good as your education and experience might be, the playing field is changing constantly. Having a network of people that you can reach out to that have more experience than you, in those moments of truth, your chances to be successful are just dramatically greater.
Mentoring and working with an effective mentor has potential to shine a really bright light on you, your career, your professional development, and even your personal life. There's nothing greater in this life than the opportunity to be a blessing to other people and to be a light to other people. And that's what you are as a mentor. You're helping to shine a light so they know what the next few steps are, and that's a tremendous help to them.
Well, the NAC has had, I think, a tremendous impact on the Marriott School in a couple of ways. They've provided significant resources, but also, and maybe even more importantly, they've been a sounding board to make sure our programs were sound from a business standpoint. They've gotten involved with the students. They come and be mentors to the students. They've helped immensely in the placement of our students in the business world.
Our vision for the school is to attract, develop, place, and continue to engage men and women of faith, character, and professional ability who will go out and make significant contributions throughout the world. The NAC is our partner in that effort.
The fact that you have these very successful businessmen and women, some of whom have achieved incredible notoriety in their industries, great success, and yet are humble and devoted to the Lord and active in the church and serve diligently throughout their lives. What a great legacy that the NAC leaves for the students.
We have men and women who come in here and have successful careers without compromising the values that are so important and fundamental to this university and to the Marriott School.
At the end of the day, I think that's the most important thing that our NAC members bring, is to show that you can be a highly successful professional and still hold to your faith.
I'm Merrill Richens, and I'm the Director of Operations for the Department of Administrative Services. I am the single mother of 4 boys. I got divorced when they were 9, 7, 5, and 3. Early into my divorce, my state president called me in, and he said, "Sister Richens, the day will come when you are the sole support for your family. Get into school tomorrow." By the time I had graduated, my ex-husband was no longer employable. Long story short, I graduated on Friday and I started on Monday morning. I just gradually kept moving up and doors were opened, but there still was just not enough money. And so I sold everything that I could. I sold everything that wasn't nailed down. I sold their beds, I sold their dressers, I sold my dressers, I sold anything that had any monetary value so that we could put food on the table. My boss came and talked to me and said, "You've got to have a master's degree in order to do really anything more." So I sent in my application to BYU and said, "Heavenly Father, you got to do the rest because I can't pay for this." And I will never forget the day that I received an email and I clicked and it said that I had received a scholarship for full tuition. And I just burst into tears. And I closed my office door and just got down on my knees and just told Heavenly Father how grateful I was for this opportunity. I was just overwhelmed at the generosity of the NAC and the good work that they do. They will never know the impact of that opportunity. This organization is the opener of the doors. They don't just provide financial help. They provide hope. They empower. They help people like me become self-reliant and find our self-confidence again. Not only is there a future, but it's bright.